And so to wrap up this discussion today, I have one final closing question. So what I love to do with my podcast is always leave people with something that they can do. So we talk a lot of news shows will rile you up and then leave you with that pent up energy with
Yeah,
nothing to do with it. And I'm feeling like we need to encourage people to take their energy and do something good with it. So is there a challenge, a positive challenge? And I know you've given a lot. Go watch 13th, go watch, these other things. But is there a positive challenge that you can give to our audience? Something they can do that you feel can drive either this conversation forward or can drive the kind of positivity and unity that we want to see in our country?
know that we have so much more in common than we have apart, and be aware that there is a fear-mongering narrative happening to all of us that is being spun on a political and power level to divide us. And just know, I think that's where you and I really unify. We are so aware of that, and be open. Negative to make positive. I get so frustrated how many times I ask my conservative friends to watch something and they don't. I read and watch everything. So anyone can send me anything and I will read and watch it. And and be okay to know that contrasting views keep America great, and that we all don't have to
Hey,
agree.
you just quoted Trump's slogan, "Keep America Great."
Yes, right. There we go. And yes, definitely watch 13. You and I will get 16, 19 and see what we think. And remember, when you watch things, don't focus on just the one bad. Look at the good. Listen to youth. And this is a real biggie. If you can get, I met with these parents at a coffee shop in Boulder. They were so beautiful. I think they were from Arkansas, super conservative, and we all just fell in love with each other. And they said, what would you recommend? And they kept talking about their kids, and their kids were like, high school to college. And I said, create a safe space. I said, were you really like, so when we went to talk to the conservative people in the South, well, they could look at sixwolves.com. It's nothing but liberal. It's like we're into everybody being seen in ads, all different colors, genders, the whole bit, right? So they knew, and we literally wrote, there will be no judgment. We really want to hear what you say. We guaranteed, even though now we may be making a documentary of it, and we're making a documentary of it to make it clear how much we all do have in common. But if you can create that for kids and say, I'm going to give you the safest space. I am not going to impress upon you my ideas. I'm not going to roll my eyes. I'm not going to arch my brows. I'm going to ask you 20 questions. You will be blown away at how kids really feel. And they'll run the gamut, but that's what I do. And when I first started doing that was about 5 or 6 years ago, and I would get crap like, well, you should be teaching them. I learn so much from youth. They make me such a better person. And the other thing I would say is, remember that we are all essentially good. Because if we're not, what are you saying about the United States? And just try to remember that we have to stop painting the US as this war ground filled with criminals. It's not pretty. And it doesn't serve it. And do your best to risk going to places that you would never go. Go and work in soup kitchens for 2 months in very, very marginalized communities, and ask them questions. Don't just serve them and be like, ooh, I did my good job. Engage with them as real people. And those are my thoughts.
Oh, that was amazing.